Good evening, everyone, and welcome once again to the place to be each and every Sunday night. Where tonight we're coming to you live and exclusive from Phillip Island in the great land of the Down Under. I'm your host, Alex McKellar, and joining me once again is the chaotic one himself, Mr. Corey Steinhauser. Corey, back in action for round 9 here of Sunday Night Lights.
Yeah, that's right, Alex. Only a few more rounds to go before the end of the season, and this is where all the action should be starting to pick up as the battle for the Sunday Night Lights Championship is definitely well and truly underway and just about at its conclusion.
Yeah, look, round 9, a few rounds to go, but definitely one for the books here tonight, hopefully. But looks like we might be having audio issues again tonight. So let me play around with that, mate. You tell us about what's going on. Oh, no, it's all right. It's just a bit quiet. Good. So plenty of action out on track tonight, Corey.
Yeah, that's right, Alex. We're at Phillip Island here tonight with a 40-76 strength of field. Not quite the best of the week. The warm-up race was just a little bit better, but it's a nice, fast-flowing track which should absolutely suit these skippies. Some people might not like it because of the drafty nature of the front straight, but there's plenty of places that we could possibly see some action unfold, including turn 1, Alex.
Yeah, that's it. Turn 1, the rear of the car, particularly in those early laps, is horrendous, to say the least. Just wants to let go every time. In fact, it's really throughout the race you've got to be very careful. These days, the rear of the Skippy this season is pretty rugged, and the southern loop through turn 2 there, the exit of Durham Corner at turn 1 is really a handful, that's for sure. And it'll be certainly testing the likes of some of the drivers out here tonight. Speaking of which, we got series leader Benny Simpson out there at the moment, setting his laps. And who's behind him there? We've got Manu Luqueta. He's back for another crack here tonight. Big Breaks Luqueta, I think we call him from memory. Matthew Turnbull, he had a couple of runs earlier in the season, and he's three-plated car here tonight, and he can certainly steer one of these around here, Corey.
Yeah, that's right, Alex. And I'm seeing a couple of new names in here as well, like the nine-plated Sven Duas from Scandinavia. It's a name that I haven't seen for a very long time. I have seen him around the Skippy circles before, and from memory, he's quite the quick driver. Another one is the 10-plated Bernie Perez, a name that I actually don't recognize, but he's coming in here with a 3KI rating. So he definitely might be looking the goods for maybe a decent result here tonight, Alex.
Yeah, absolutely. Out to have a crack here tonight. We might just quickly have a look at what the session looks like for us here tonight. Of course, Phillip Island is where we're at. Nice and warm. No, it's only 18 degrees out there today, so plenty of grip in the later stages of the race, of course. So hopefully the guys will be taking full advantage of that as we crack on with it here tonight. I thought with 3 minutes to go, I might see if I can't just show the overall standings here at the minute. Let's see if I can't get it right. There we go. And if we hide, hang on. Oh, the quality thing. Let's just hide that. Almost went so well, Corey. Here we go. So Benny Simpson way out in front at the moment, 238 points. Lee Anderson, Manu Luqueta there in third. Christian Perez has been having a good season. I didn't see him out there, but I'm hoping he's out there for another run. So let's see a hit down in P5. You see the first of the ANZ drivers there, Russell Clark of VDR Team Milo. And hopefully, he's out there again tonight, hoping to score some good points. And he's got a chance, if Perez is not out there, and I can't see his name in the list, to probably move up the order as well. So hopefully for his sake, he'll have a good run here tonight and fly the ANZ flag. As we jump back in, we see Esper sitting on top. Oh no, he's just been done by McBurney, the local boy, ANZ, jumping to the top of the pops. That's a great lap, a 46.8 around here, and call is no mean feat, Corey.
No, indeed, it's not, Alex. And that is, wow, that is a very blistering quick time. But we still have the one-plated Benny Simpson, who's just completed his second lap and gone to the top with a 46.5. 0.3 of a second clear of McBurney, Alex.
That's a fantastic job from Simonson. No stranger to pole here, of course, but pole in this season, he's pretty much almost every race. I think he missed out last week at the Green Hell, but of course didn't turn many laps in the week leading up to it, so not too surprising there. But I think every other race he's done, he's pretty much had pole, Corey.
I do believe he could be right, Alex. I mean, there was only that one horrible qualifying performance, one where he didn't qualify at all. And yeah, pretty much every single other time he has been on pole for the entire season. And it's plain to see, just looking at the standings, he just gets there and he goes. And even if he starts at the back, that won't stop him from somehow getting towards the front of the pack. As we saw his first performance, not but like 3-4 weeks ago, as Craig Biley just completing a cool down lap here. I'm not sure who's actually still doing laps at the moment, Alex. I think everyone has actually completed them all.
Yeah, McBurney, I think he's either out for his cool down lap or he's on his second hot lap. But with the time he's done, I'd suggest he's probably on his cool down lap, just getting that extra bit of time out there on track as he does a 46.5. And if that doesn't jump him up, it was just his cool down lap. And that, folks, is about all she wrote for quali. As the checkered flag comes out, we might grab our grid. There we go. Sunday Night Lights around 9 from Phillip Island. Of course, Benny Simonson, no stranger to pole position here tonight. Brett McBurney flying the ANZ flag there in P2. Great job from him, some 3/10 behind. Just ahead of, I should say, Pablo Espes from Iberia in P3 for R70 team. Anthony Catt for UK&I in P4 tonight. Enzo Cantor for Thrustmaster Mivano. He's out of P5. Bernie Perez from Iberia out of P6. New to the series. Interesting to see how he goes tonight. Matthew Turnbull out of P7 for UK&I. Great to see him back. Certainly knows how to steer one of these things, as we said. The other Thrustmaster Mivano racer here tonight is Manu Luquetto, and he's out of P8. Ignacio Sanchez from Iberia out of P9. John Scholz for Team Milo out of P10. P11, George Matsusinski back for another race here tonight out of P11. P12, Thomas Torp once again joining us again out of P12. P13, Craig Briley, ANZ driver, Svein Torreduas out of 14th tonight. Daisy Milan out of 15th. Alejandro Lero out of 16th. Russell Clark for Team Milo not doing so well out of P17. Paul Beatty out of 18th. Joe Thomas out of 19th. As the revs start to rise, I'm just wondering if we're going to miss the race or not. No, I think we're okay. I'll tell you what, I get nervous every time, Corey, as that clock counts down. I know we've got a few seconds to go, at which point I ask, who's your pick, Corey?
Well, it's going to be hard to pick anyone but Benny Simonson from the pole, Alex, but I've got a little bit of heart for McBurney sitting there in P2. Hopefully he can bring it home for the Oz and Zeds as the revs start to rise. Red lights mean red and green lights mean go. We are underway for round number 9 here from Phillip Island.
As the drivers make their way down through doing corner for the first time. Look at that string, that long line of skippies as they come down through one of the most treacherous corners you will face. Turn 1 at Phillip Island in the skip is absolutely diabolical. I'm stunned. Everyone's got through there pretty well. They're almost all single file already, Corey. That's outstanding. But here's the next test. Down into Hondark, hairpin for the first time. Line astern, will they stay? Or we're going to have the shopping trolley effect in the braking zone down here. Get down to about the 100 marker. Anchors out. 2x2 they go through there. I tell you what, everyone's on their best behaviour tonight, Corey.
Oh, there is a little bit of drama in the back, though, and I think Russell Clark might have been involved in that. I'm not too completely sure, Alex.
Clark and Beatty are off the back, I think. Looks like Svein Torreduas, he's driving the tricycle at the moment. But meanwhile, back up in front as we head on our way up through Lucky Heights. Sweeping fourth gear, corner up over the rise. The suspension gets unweight. Oh, they're going to do 3 wide already into MG. No, they've got it down to 2 for the most part as they come through the final corner at turn 12 and onto the Gardner straight at the first time round of 14 here tonight. And I tell you what, they've been well behaved so far, I reckon, Corey. They've only lost a couple at the back and the bulk of the field getting through it okay.
Yeah, well, that's right, Alex. It's almost scary. It's almost as if they think Nim might be watching or something, which we can neither confirm nor deny, in all honesty. As we go 3 wide, just about going into Doohan corner. We do go 3 wide now, and it looks like the big loser in that one was Simonson, who dropped back to third, but sideways. And I think that was the 5-plated car of Espes there.
Oh, it was McBurney. Yeah, he's hung on to it in the blue and white charging machine. He's done fantastically well, though. He's cost himself a spot or two. He's come back out in third position on the run down now through the left-hand kink on the run into Honda hairpin for the second time round, and it is Simonson pulling out to the inside now. The rear of the car really wanting to let go, but he gets the move done. Espes now showing the nose as Simonson running wide now. It's McBurney. And Cat now comes all the way through to take the lead this time. Where was he before this? Must have been about 4th place. And he's managed to get it done and take the lead out of the Honda hairpin on the mid-stage of lap 2, Corey.
Yeah, Anthony Cat using his cat-like reflexes to get through that one very nicely as we go side by side through the hay shed, coming up to this MG. Simonson on the inside, and there's a 7-plated car of Enzo Cantor. They were running side by side there through Lukey Heights, and that was a little bit scary as it looks like they're still side by side heading into turn 12 here. Looks like Simonson with the inside line getting the advantage, but it's close, hard, fast racing, but it's all
Cantor.
clean.
Cantor, yeah, he's run off wide on the exit of the penultimate corner through to turn 12. Now that will kill his run onto this front Gardner straight. However, the draft will no doubt keep him in touch as he's tucked in behind Sanchez at the moment, with McBurney now relishing or languishing, I should say, back in P4 after leading or taking part in the leading stages of this race. 2 wide, you got Cantor with Sanchez once again onto the braking zone. It's checking up through the southern loop, but this front 3 still going to... Oh, look at that. Let's see. I'm just going to change the we got contact.
I just saw one of the red cars going into the air. I do believe that was Enzo Cantor doing a big wheelie. His impression of a 410 sprint car there, Alex. So it looks like everyone's managed to keep going here. Although I do believe Cantor has lost a lot of positions, languishing down in 10th place at the moment.
Yeah, he's dropped back down to 10th. I tell you, I was just going to say the front end of the field, all the way down to P16, is covered by about 3 seconds or so. Like, it's pretty crazy to see these guys travelling like that. I'm just going to confirm. Oh, no, I beg your pardon. It's 3 seconds down to P12. And this front pack really goes all the way down to 15th before there's a break in between cars, Corey. So there's plenty going on up here. And plenty. Oh, they're 3 wide behind. Look at that. And they've sorted into 2. Cantor trying to get some of those positions back now, trying to make his way through the field. Goes past the 4 car of Matsushinsky on this occasion, who'll be wanting to get back up and make his presence felt in this one, Corey.
Yeah, well, that's right. And Enzo, always the fiercest of racers. He'll go through a gap that just barely exists, and we love him for it. But it's just hard to know where to look at the moment, Alex. The draft is keeping everyone within a tight, nice little pack. And it's just going to be very difficult to keep track of where the action's at. At the moment, the top 5 with a little bit of an air gap over the 6th place McBurney at the minute. And it looks like one of them trapped on the outside there. And I do believe that is the 14-plated car of Sanchez. Drops into 5th. And that little bit of an air gap just gets that little bit smaller with those guys battling towards the back of this top 5.
Well, the front 5 had about a 1.3 second gap, but that elastic-like draft on the front straight has really brought these others back into it. If these guys are going to go too wide through the Honda hairpin every lap, then this is going to... Look at this. It's a battle pack of 15 cars, Corey. We're on lap 4. We still got 15 at the front of this thing. Oh, and it's not like they're holding back and just, playing nice entirely. There's changes for positions everywhere throughout the field. 2 and 3 wide now as they go through Hayshed on the mid to late stages of lap 4. I tell you what, this track and the Skippy, it's not a bad combination.
Oh, not at all, Alex. But one thing that I have noticed is Simonson has just been sitting there in third for the last couple of laps. He's had the opportunity to draft with the front two and try and take them going into the first corner, but he's been choosing not to. Rather, he's just sitting there waiting patiently in third place, possibly waiting for one of the later laps at the moment, Alex. It just goes to show the patience and the experience of Simonson in this situation.
Yeah, absolutely. As we hop on board with Simonson this time round, he is looking to make a move by the looks. And he goes through the 2 cars and he's just made a line of you there, mate. He's just gone straight through to take the lead through turn 1. I'll tell you what, he's probably had enough, and he said, I've got the quickest Skippy around here, and I'm going to see if I can't get away with it. But it's tough. You got so many people here within Kui, and look at them all, still 2x2 through the southern loop in the rear there. But it's one pack all the way back down to 16th. Russell Clark now on the back of this pack here, and I don't know. Short of incidents, I don't know how the front guys break away, even with that extra pace.
Well, it's going to be very hard for them to manage any kind of a breakaway with the draft that we get here, Alex. But it's going to be entertaining to watch how this race unfolds with everyone still being so close. So many 2x2 battles. It's hard to tell where to look. I'm going to have a quick little squiz down in this pack a little bit at the 7 of Enzo Cantor. Just behind him, his teammate Manuel Lucetta and Milan in the 17-plated car. We're having a little bit of a battle going through the Honda hairpin. And it looks like they're kind of sorted out right now, but we could see another little bit of a battle here going into MG, Alex.
Yeah, absolutely. They managed to still line astern. Oh, there's a bit of nose to tail action ahead. Not sure who lost the nose cone there, but that was about... maybe the droids have done their work and it's fixed, because I can see a lot of nose cones there and not many missing. We did see a part of the front of one car disappear, but it must have reattached. GG as the guys up front continue on. Simonson leading this one from Espes as Cat pulls out of the draft. Wondering if he can make a break here, because they're only about half a second. Not big enough gap there, but at least they can go single file, I guess, is the theory there. Through the first corner there at Doohan, he's managed to... Yeah, single file, that's the way you want to do it throughout. Oh, as we see McBurney now really trying to get back up the pointy end where he was earlier on.
Yeah, that's right. He'll be fighting tooth and nail to try and get back up there. Go single file coming out of the southern loop down to the Honda hairpin. Is anyone going to be making a move here? You can see Anthony Cat pull out.
Little touch.
And another one. That's Sanchez making the move up into third position now. Can he hold on to it, though? He's going to be on the outside here. And let's see what he can do. No, Cat gets back around him. And that's going to be Cat maintaining his third, with Sanchez still down in fourth. Now, Sanchez is going to have to be a little bit worried here, Alex, because McBurney, due to the fact that he wasn't in a battle there, could potentially get him going into MG.
Yeah, absolutely. A little bump and run there into Honda hairpin there from Sanchez. I think it was on the back of McBurney. Just make way, son. I want to come through there into the braking zone. He takes a narrow line, defensive line. Oh, who's that coming up the inside of McBurney? That time round, it was Turnbull. Get out of my way, son. I'm coming through side by side. They come out of the final corner. McBurney forcing him wide, compromising the run of both Sanchez and... Turnbull and Cantor. Cantor right nose to tail, trying to get the elbows out as the Thrustmaster Movano racer of Enzo Cantor makes it 3 wide up the front straight there into turn 1. What are they? Oh, a little bit of netcoat touch there. They've got it sorted to 2x2. Have they? No, it's still 3 in. Now 2. Now single file through this treacherous first corner on the approach to the southern loop at the start of lap 7. At the end of this lap, we'll be halfway through, and we're still 15 cars deep in this front pack, Corey.
I got to tell you, Alex, Enzo was playing a very dangerous game there, forcing McBurney off into the grass, somehow managing to keep it 3 wide. I think the ripple strip on the entry to the Doohan corner there definitely helped. We've got to move on for the lead now. Espez up the inside of Simonson. Nice little textbook move there going into the Honda hairpin. And it looks like they are still possibly side by side. No, Simonson concedes the second place at the moment, but that will only last a matter of time, as we've also got Anthony Catt looking to capitalize on Simonson, possibly. No, holding on to third. It's so hard to keep up with what these guys are doing, because they're just going for moves at anywhere at this point now, Alex.
Well, the deck's certainly being shuffled left, right and centre. Sanchez, he'll chuck it up the inside here. You watch. Oh, I tell you what, he had the look. Nearly another little bump and run from Sanchez on the rear end of Catt that time round, but Catt with the bigger brakes on this occasion. Sanchez showing the nose and not getting it done. Meanwhile, Cantor and McBurney are still going. McBurney's getting harassed here. He's getting absolutely crushed here by different cars all the way. He keeps dropping back. I don't know if he's down on pace or whether he's just getting monstered by this absolutely ferocious pack of skippies. Again, we're still 15 deep here before the draft is broken. 3, 4 wide, is it? No, it's 3. It's like line astern, but 3x3 at the same time as they come down into the southern loop at the start of lap 8 this time round. 2x2 still they're going back here in the midfield, as once again McBurney down in 6th position. I'm sure he led at one point in this race. He's just getting shuffled back, Corey.
Yeah, and that's very unfortunate for our local hopes here, but he's still managing to hold on to that 6th position at the moment while they're battling very hard behind him. That's Manuel Big Brakes Luguetta, and also the 3 of Turnbull. The 2 and 3 plated cars definitely making the mid of this pack very saucy at the minute, Alex.
Yeah, absolutely. Luquetta and Turnbull there getting right amongst it as they head through Siberia and the mid stages of lap 8 once again. But I don't think I've seen an MNL or an SNL race where we've had 15 cars deep, finishing with one Jay Skoltz behind Craig Brealey in 14th and 15th respectively. We're over halfway through this race as they dive through MG on the tail end of lap 8 this time round, and we're still 15 deep. It just blows my mind.
Well, it's definitely not something that we see too terribly often, Alex. A lot of the other tracks with their tight, twisty sections generally lend to the faster guys taking advantage and running away with it. But this is just such a fast-flowing track here that we've got at Phillip Island that, you could get the draft just about anywhere on this track and manage to hold on to it. As we see the battles continuing going down the front straight. Simonson taking the driving line, and it looks like he's going to maintain his lead in front of Espes. But Catt also under siege from Sanchez. These guys are just battling every single lap, Alex, and I'm loving it so far. This is great racing.
Absolutely. I tell you what, no greater statement about the draft here than the fastest lap of the race, a 45.9. It's just been done by the bloke in P13, right at the end of the elastic band that is this front pack. Look at them all into Honda this time round. They're 2x2. If they can, no contact. I tell you what, the driving standard so far tonight has been pretty outstanding. As these cars just keep getting shuffled over and over again, and yet these guys, their elbows are out for sure, but they're keeping it together. I'll tell you what, what do we got? We got about 5 laps to go. I'm just wondering where it all comes unstuck.
Well, that'll be the ultimate question, Alex. It's not even just a question of which lap, it's where on the track. Because these guys are showing some absolute skilled driving everywhere with the way that they're going 2 and 3 abreast, as there is a big move going on for third right now. Sanchez trying to look to the inside at the MG hairpin. Not going to be able to pull it off as Catt has the inside line through turn 12. But it's just going to be very hard to decide where the big one, as the NASCAR commentators like to say, will occur, because these guys are going for moves just about anywhere. So it could happen at literally any point in this track.
Yeah, absolutely. Sanchez once again showing the nose up the inside there. 3 wide, they're going to go once again. Oh, Espes has got, oh, there's one off. That's Sanchez. He's off. How's the rejoin going to be this time round into the southern loop? Oh, they're going to make room. Yes, they are. Well done to all. Well played all. Fantastic drive. He's managed to bring it on. Got the old hip and shoulder there. I think it was from Simonson, maybe. Oh, I don't know. I don't want to call anyone out there. It was. I'm sure it was a blue and white car, though. It wasn't Simonson. As they come now into Honda this time round. 2-3 wide once again. 2 by 2. Oh, I'll tell you what. Oh, as we see another one running wide there. Man, look, we're still, even after that little moment there, we're still 15 deep in this front pack. How are you going to make it through when you got all this going in front of you? Every time you look to make a run up the straight, the guy in front of you's got a 6-car draft. I don't know where to look at this point, Corey, as we're going through Hayshed again on the mid-stage of lap 10 this time round. And they're still 2 wide now. Into Lukey Heights. Now they're trying to get it sorted. Simonson getting shuffled back to P4. He's side by side with Turnbull. Turnbull will have the inside run this time round, but the big breaks to Simonson. Going around the outside of Cantor. Fiery combination there. These two have got history, Cantor and Simonson. Cantor now up into P3. I tell you what, the Italian driver will have a smile on his dial at this point, Corey.
Well, that's right, Alex. This is some excellent racing that we're seeing. And Cantor would be absolutely loving how aggressive he's got to be to make up the positions that he lost earlier. And it's not too very often that we hear around the outside of Enzo. As Enzo now goes around the outside, we go 4 wide as we head towards Doohan Corner. You got Simonson on the inside, Cantor on the outside, and they go back down to 2 by 2 before they got to the apex. This is absolutely crazy racing. And I am surprised that this hasn't turned into a demolition derby just yet, Alex.
15 cars, 2 by 2, 3 rows deep at the front. I'll tell you what, it doesn't get much better than this. This is one of our best nights out for a very long time as they run through the kink now. Down into Honda. Simonson moving to the outside of the braking zone here. Cantor up the inside, big brakes there. Oh, look at that. Around the outside goes Simonson. Fantastic driving there. He's kept, a little bit of contact. There it is. Oh, looks like the Ketta's gone around. A little bit of contact there. It's turned the Italian driver around. Once again, Matushinsky now's in the pits as well. That's taken a couple out of our front pack, but we're still busily racing up the front as we come through Hayshed. I think we're down to about, we're down to 12 cars, Corey. It's starting to get boring.
Oh, you might be boring to some, but it's definitely not to me, Alex. The guys at the front of the pack still racing very hard. The gloves are off, the elbows are out now, and they're not sparring anymore. They're in full attack mode, ready to pounce at a moment's notice as we come out of the final corner again. We're going to get 3 laps to go this time. Alex, who do you have your money on?
Oh, mate, this could be any one of the front 12. Depends on when the big one happens. We haven't really had the big one as Turnbull last lap set a 45.8, which I still believe is our fastest lap. 3 wide now. Can they make it 4 wide again? Oh, look at this. You can't tell how many wide they are. Oh, showing the nose up the inside. Cantor, he's made it work. Simonson on the outside of turn 1 once again. He'll have the inside into the southern loop this time. Cantor, another one's gone around. Is that McBurney? Yes.
That was McBurney.
Oh, I tell you what, it had to happen eventually. The herd's starting to thin out. He's just got a little bit of a touch in the rear, and that's turned him around. So easy to do that section of the course. As we are now down to we've got about 10 in this front pack still within draft range. As this time it's Turnbull leading the way around. Matthew Turnbull's come through. Espes and Simonson making up your top 3 at the moment. Turnbull's he hasn't come from nowhere. Or I beg your pardon, is it Perez? No, he's in the pits and out. But these guys are still putting on a show. 3 wide, almost up the back straight now. Through Hayshed this time round, flat out in 4th gear. And oh, I'll tell you what, Cantor and Simonson, oh, they're going to go through Lukey Heights. Very difficult to hold around the outside there. Later stages of the race, the grip will help Cantor. We'll have the inside. Oh, he's going to show the nose on Espes. Not get it done this time round. Turnbull leading them on the exit. That'll compromise Espes' run. Turnbull's half a chance here. He's got 8/10 of a gap. Can he get away? It's already starting to close with that early stages of the draft, Corey. 2x2 behind with Simonson and Cantor. Even though they're compromising their runs here, they'll still no doubt catch the runaway Turnbull on the front there by the time they hit the end of this straight, Corey, with just 2 laps to go.
That's exactly right, Alex. And as you can see, they have caught up to him now as we go 3 wide for second place. Is this going to become a move for the lead for Enzo Cantor? Yes, it is. Went up the middle. Absolutely skill driving going on there. Tyres being warmed, the grip being there in the Doohan corner, definitely helping to come through the southern loop. And it looks like Espes is going to be stuck on the outside here, but coming towards Honda hairpin. If he can maintain that position on the right side of Simonson, that's going to give him the inside line to give him the slight advantage there. As we go 3 wide going into Honda now. Who is going to get through with this one? We still 3 wide. I've never seen him maintain a 3 wide situation going through Honda, Alex. That was crazy.
Absolutely crazy. It was fantastic drop. Got a props out to Simonson once again. I mean, he could not have left more room without running on the grass, and that allowed for 3 wide through Honda. You don't see that every day of the week. I don't care what class you're racing in, but these guys putting on an amazing show. Oh, I tell you what, they're going to come, through Lukey Heights once again, up and over the rise, 2 wide, 6 deep, 2 wide. What more can you ask for? How are they going to sort themselves out through MG this time? Plenty of late braking, nose to tail. There's nothing through any of these guys. We're now still 9 deep for the lead with 1 lap to go. You've got Cantor out in front. The draft pack will be coming. They'll be coming from everywhere. Simonson around the outside. He's a danger. He's a threat. Although he's a little bit too far back. I'll tell you what, Turnbull, he's my bet to lead him out of here. Oh, I don't know. Cantor moves over to the far right to take the inside running in turn 1. You got Turnbull on the back of Cat. He's also going to follow Cantor through. Oh, Cantor. Oh, he's fairly got the wiggle going early. 2x2 this time round. They've kept it fairly sedate, but I tell you what, 9 cars deep on the final lap. It's going to get busy into Honda, I reckon.
Well, this is where all the chocolates could become boiled lollies, Alex. It's the last lap of the race, so we're going through all these corners for the final time. Everyone would be desperate to try and make up whatever positions they can. Look at Enzo trying to make a gap in between Cat and Turnbull. He's going to be able to get the 3 wide going on here, going through Honda. Not going to quite stick his nose up there, but he's still going to be 3 wide as the 3-plated car of Turnbull is off the track. So that's 1 down. And it's still Anthony Cat in the lead of this race. Enzo Cantor P2. Simonson in a battle for 3rd with Milan. And it's going to be close, hard racing for the second half of this lap, Alex.
Yeah, 100%. I don't know. I didn't see what happened to Turnbull there. I didn't see any contact happening, but he's now out of this one. We've got Cat. He came from nowhere through turn 1 on this lap. This lap round, he got Simonson up the inside through Lukey Heights. That'll give him the outside run, but the inside run through the final couple of corners, depending on how his braking goes. Oh, I'll tell you what, he's close enough if he's good enough. He's got the inside run as Simonson. My money's on Simonson from here. He's going to have the draft. Cat, though, leading them out, giving the draft to Cantor at this stage. Simonson's got the inside run through 12. Cat leads them through the final corner. It's going to be between these 3. Simonson, oh, he's so close. I think he might have lost the front nose coming out of the final quarter. It's Simonson. Oh, I think Simonson got it, did he? Yeah, Simonson, Cantor, Cat. The call from the chat was P2 was the place to be, and that's how it turned out. Oh, a bit of post-race shenanigans as well. What a race, Corey. They were 9 deep. I can't believe it. 15 deep for most of the race. They finished 9 deep, and it was Simonson, our series leader, once again taking it out.
And that was some absolutely incredible racing, Alex. We saw things that we thought we'd never see. 4 wide on the front straight, 3 wide through Honda hairpin, of all places. And most of the cars ended up surviving. I think we've only got 2 maybe three, no, only two DNFs from the race. And that is incredible for how hard these guys were driving the entire time.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm looking down through the field. There's only two or three guys that went through the pits. And can I tell you, if incident counts are anything to go by, the highest incident count was a 4, I think. That can't be right, not in amongst all that action. But there again, we didn't see a lot of death out there anyway. So, maybe it was the case that was all there was. But anyway, let's take a quick look at our results here. For round 9 at Phillip Island. Oh, we don't want the quality results. Thank you. Let's have the race results. My goodness. There we go. Benny Simonson. He's taken it out to extend his lead at the top of Sunday Night Lights. Congratulations, Benny. Great drive, I tell you what. Enzo Cantor, he's come back to get on the podium for Thrustmaster Movano Racing. Congrats, Enzo. I'm sure he'll come and tell the tale of what a fun race, what an amazing race it was out there. Anthony Catt for UK and I grabbing third position, final step on the podium after leading it through the final corner, but that draft is a monster here. Pablo Espes for R70 team. He's grabbed P4 tonight. Davey? I'm going to say Milan. Anyway, he's from Iberia and he's grabbed P5. Ignacio Sanchez. Tell you what, that bloke could show the nose up the inside at MG. He did it more often than not and he recovered after going off at Honda. He's managed to get all the way back up to P6, so good drive from Sanchez. Craig Briley, the leading ANZ driver in P7, Alejandro Leiro. Alejandro, he's in P8 tonight in his SNL debut. Matthew Turnbull, I'll tell you what, my money was nearly laid on him in the closing stages there, but he had that off at Honda on the final lap. John Scholz, the Team Milo driver there in P10. Thomas Torp tonight, back for another run at Sunday Night Lights in P11. Manu Luqueta for Thrustmaster Movano. He's in P12 tonight. Team Milo's Russell Clark, the boss man, in P13. Brett McBurney. Oh, what a tragedy that was. He was all over the front of this race after qualifying in P2. He's all the way down in P14. Paul Beatty, undenied about joining the race, but he's made it onto P15, the Team Milo driver. Jared Thomas from ANZ finished in P16 tonight's phone. Toro Duas joining us once again. Unsuccessful here tonight, but we hope to see him back again. He's a good fella and a good driver of the skips. Down in P17 tonight. P18 tonight, our only retirement, Mr. Bernie Perez from Iberia. Corey, that was one for the ages, I have to say.
That's right, Alex. And you were missing the other retirement, the 19th place, George Matuszynski. I butcher his name every week, and I apologize massively. But, it was great racing throughout from start to finish. These guys were on the very edge of adhesion every single lap, pushing as hard as they could. And as you said, the elbows are out, but it was like the gloves were still on. So that was just sparring out there pretty much the entire race until the final 3 or 4 laps where the gloves came off, but it was still good, hard, fast, clean racing.
Yeah, I'm just going to go back and see what happened to Turnbull there that last time round through Honda. The rear's just let go. I think he's done that all on his own, if I'm honest. There was no contact there that I saw. The 17 car was behind him of Milan, and he's just run wide, I think. There's no damage on the rear of his car, and I think he's just made a mistake, braked a little bit too late, and the brake bias has taken over and the rear stepped out a little bit. He would have had to lift a fraction of brake pressure just to get the car straight, and then he's run wide. So, unfortunately, that was all she wrote for Turnbull, who, like I said, I had very high hopes for prior to that. But anyway, that's such his life. Now we've got a couple of. Well, we've got Mr. Cantor. I thought he might come up and say good day. I'm just going to try and find a spot to replay from the start there. Grab a decent camera and away we go. Chuck it on Mr. Cantor, and we might say hello to Mr. Cantor. I'll just one more button. There we go. Mr. Enzo Cantor joining us from the lofty heights of P2 on the podium here tonight, Enzo. Look like fun out there. Plenty of action to keep you busy.
Hi guys. Well, I'm almost died because there was too much action for me. I'm becoming old. I cannot do this kind of races anymore. Se- Seriously. Well, I'm. You cannot see me, but if you watch my my broadcast, you can see that I'm almost. I'm over the chair, but I'm not sitting. I'm almost as in the bed. So I think my T-shirt is a piece of water because really, 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 really hard and incredible race. Okay, seriously. I think I did. This is not the highest soft of the week. I don't know because I don't know why. The highest was the previous one, but okay, never mind. I did a quali. I tried to do the quali lap without warming the tires this time. So I did this experiment, and I did. I think a good lap, considering that in the second one I missed the hairpin, so I lost 2/10 of the second there. So I could do 46.9, and it will be the fourth position. So I think here you can do the qualifying without warming the tires. You can drive in a little bit different way, but you can do almost the same lap times. After that, well, this is one of my favorite absolute track in on iRacing, but here is impossible to go away and to push other cars out of the draft. So I really don't remember well what happened during the race. I only remember that I was almost rear-ended one time, and I don't know if my car was completely without damaging, because probably I had the rear wing a little bit damaged, so I lost a little bit of speed in the last laps. But before of that, in the first, in the earliest laps, I avoided the contact in the same corner that is the last hairpin before the last three left corners before the finish line. And in order to avoid the contact, I lost about 3, 4, 5, 7 positions. So I started again from the 10th, and I don't know what happened. I probably I don't know what happened, Alex. I did an incredible race. I don't know how. So I had to rewatch again because I think it was really an incredible piece of stuff from all the drivers on the field, and Benny wins, but incredible battle with him side by side every corner without touching each other, only a little bit racing contact, but all clean. And well, yes, I'm really, really, really happy today for the second place. I think I finished.
Yeah, you did, mate. It was pretty tight up front as well, right? It was only 4 100s, I think, at the end, or 3 100s, something like that. And we were calling it throughout. It was hard to know where to look. Although, having said that, there was only one place to look because 15 of the 19 cars were in one place, right? So, amazing race there. I'm hoping everyone enjoyed it because the people at home hopefully got some enjoyment out of it as well, because that really showed what Skippy Racing is all about. And really glad to hear you enjoyed it, mate. So congratulations on P2. Anyone you'd like to shout out to this week?
Thank you. Yes, I have to shout out to my racing team, Mivano Trasmaster Mivano, all my sponsors, my team manager Fabio Mantellini, my teammates, in particular Manuel Lucchetta, that was not so lucky today. I say thanks to you for your awesome work again, and I'm very proud to finish it in second place, because I think I was in the middle of the show, and I cannot wait to watch at the replay of the race, because I'm sure it was really a great broadcast. And finally, I want to say thanks to Benny for the kisses we we gave each other after the race, and I wish to come back soon. Probably not the next week, because I will go on vacation, but in the next 2 weeks I will be here again.
Beautiful. Thanks, Enzo. Mate, well, congratulations once again. Go and have a well-earned lie down, mate, and we might see you in a couple of weeks.
Yeah. See ya, guys.
Yeah, Corey, the ever good for an interview one Enzo Cantor. That was a bit of fun. Look, I think that the style of race we saw there tonight is really representative of, like I said, what this category is about. And the smile you could hear in Enzo's voice there really shows what people can do if they just get in there in amongst the skippies.
Yeah, well, that's exactly right, Alex. I mean, I'm still smiling, and we're 5 minutes, 10 minutes after the race is finished. It was incredible racing, and Enzo so very unlucky not to get the win, but still a well-deserved second because he hasn't been having the best results. And I'm actually really glad to hear that he's going on vacation after obviously earlier in the season, Italy was on the lockdown. So it's great to hear that Enzo is going to be able to get out and about and enjoy life a little bit. And I'm not disappointed that he's not going to be here next week because of that.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, I was just looking through the timing screen, and Enzo would be cheering because you had to go down to the thousandths before you could split him and Anthony Catt, and it was only 3/100ths that he was behind Benny. So, yeah, what a race. Not surprising that it was that tight given the nature of the track and the race itself, but, the front eight all finished within a second by the looks, if I'm reading this telemetry right. I am. All within a second, the front 8 cars. That's crazy. Absolutely crazy. But that's what Skippy Racing is about here at Phillip Island, and it's been a great pleasure in bringing it to you folks at home. Now, Corey, what's on for the Chaotic one this week?
So on Tuesday, we got the Fast Lane Esports Pro Late Models and 410 Sprint Car Series. They will both be from the short track at the Kokomo Raceway. So there'll be a lot of crashing. I'm going to be very blunt and honest. There will be a lot of crashing. On Wednesday, the Output Racing League goes to the road course of Watkins Glen in the Cup NASCARs, the A cars. So that should be quite the enjoyable little race. Thursday night, ASC series for ODSE will be going to the Lanier National Speedway, so the free track. And I did well there in the 360 series, so that one should be all right for the 410s. Friday morning, NIS will be from the Daytona International Roval, I'm going to call it. So it'll be interesting to see how I go on the new road course with pretty much no practice because I know I'm not going to practice it. Saturday, it's going to be the US ANZ League with the Charlotte Roval. So that'll be another little interesting race. And I'm not going to be here next Sunday, Alex, because I'm going to be at the Ellenbrook Speedway doing some filming things for Speedway memes.
Get in there. Have fun there, son. We'll be making some backup plans, but it's certainly for a good cause. But, folks, everything on your screen at the moment is where you can join us and be part of the action. Of course, the Discord server on your screen at the moment is where we do the broadcast from and the post-race interviews. This race, along with all the others, will be up at the Top Split YouTube channel. And, of course, you can see Corey's and my Twitch channels here on your screen as well. Hit like, follow, subscribe, all those good things. I do thank the supporters of the channel. They do keep us going here, and we do appreciate it. Thank you for joining us on track and making a fantastic race of it here tonight, and for joining us in the broadcast as well. It's this, of course, this race is for the community, by the community, and that's why we love it so much. But until next time, folks, I've been your host, Alex McKellar, and on behalf of the chaotic one himself, Mr. Corey Steinhauser, I will say ciao for now.